What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to Funnelheads. So as you can see, we are still in isolation and quarantine on the Carnival Miracle. We will be here until we get back to San Francisco, which is in 2 days. As you may or may not know, little man did test positive for COVID. He is enjoying breakfast at the moment on his tablet. He's feeling fine though, as you could probably hear in the background. He's just got a small cough and some sniffles. But anyway, some people have been asking, kind of what the process has been like, and I thought I'd entertain myself a little bit by doing a video, because I unfortunately only brought like 3 or 4 movies on board, thinking that I wasn't going to watch any of them, and lo and behold, I've watched all of them, probably twice. So anyway, kind of killing some time here, but so basically what happened was we dropped little man off at camp. He loves Camp Ocean, and they give you a cell phone just in case, your kid wants to be picked up or not having a great time, something happens, they get sick, something like that. So anyway, we had the phone with us. We were actually out a little late. There was a later comedian or whatnot that was on that we wanted to see. So we brought the cell phone. We didn't get any calls. We watched the show. And then we went to pick him up afterwards, and the camp counselors that were there just came up to us and said, hey, just to let you know, it's probably not a big deal, but he's been coughing quite a bit. And we just, of course, we just want you to know, and here's this document. And so the document basically just stated that he needed to be evaluated so that way he can go back to camp the next day. So we had to bring him down to medical. So we brought him down to medical the following day. And actually, let me go back a little bit. We asked them if they called us. They said no. They didn't think they needed to. So we said, okay. So we went to bed because, again, it was a little late, and woke up. He coughed a little bit throughout the night. We gave him some Robitussin. Kids, of course, Robitussin. It didn't seem to help too much. And then in the morning, we actually had an extra COVID test, because we bought the 4-pack, the proctored ones that you take, before your cruise, because of course we flew into San Francisco, didn't want to, try to find a place to test. We were just going to have it proctored. So anyway, we had an extra test in our cabin, so we tested them, which was of course the rapid antigen. It came back negative, so we're like, okay, cool, he probably just has a cough, from being at kids camp around a bunch of other kids that he's not used to. So we ended up taking him to medical anyway, so that way we can get the signature on the form. And they said, okay, well, we just have to do our own test on him, which was a PCR. So they did the test. It was a rapid test. We got the results back in probably less than 20 minutes. We got a call, and they said, unfortunately, he did test positive, and that he would need to quarantine. So because he's a minor, obviously he can't quarantine by himself. So either me or Michelle, or both of us, of course, could quarantine with him in isolation. So anyway, then we had to figure out, who was going to quarantine with him, if we both were going to go. We also found out that we could not stay in our cabin to quarantine, which was the aft balcony, that we had to be moved to the Riviera deck, which is deck 1 on Carnival Miracle, and it would be an ocean view cabin. So of course, we had 3 or 4 days left of the cruise at that point, and we weren't expecting to obviously to have to pack all of our stuff. So it did take quite a bit of time to, get everything in order. And then I basically told Michelle, let me go down with him, because she needed to figure out, arrangements as far as travel, credit, all that stuff. We still had pictures that we needed to figure out. And the reason why we didn't both have to quarantine is because they tested us as well, and we both had negative tests. Otherwise, of course, all of us would have had to quarantine. So anyway, I figured I would go down with Rhett to quarantine with him, and Michelle would, try to finish packing up the rest of the stuff in the room, get all the arrangements made and everything like that. So then after that, they gave us about an hour, maybe 2 hours in total to, pack up what we could, what we needed for our extended stay in quarantine. And the way they did it was pretty good. I mean, we were a little concerned, not that like people would see us or judge us or whatever thing, but I guess just a little embarrassed about the whole situation. And so they had their policy in place where they would actually clear the hallway as we were coming out of the room, and then they'd have one of the elevators reserved for us, so that way nobody would see us walking out of the room with our heads held down in shame, which is a little silly. It could happen to anyone, but it still is that fact that you don't want everyone to know, especially right away. And to see you going through it with the emotions and everything. So they did a good job at securing the hallways, getting us down quickly and into the room that we're in now. And since we've been in the room, I mean, obviously the situation stinks. We were looking forward to the last 4 days of our, cruise, of our vacation, but we're making the best of it. Michelle is still not with us at the moment. We're actually in Victoria for the day, so I told her to get off, enjoy the day, and then I think she might join us after that. She's having a little bit of a hard time, with the whole situation, and we are too, but we're just trying to make the best of it. So we are still doing good. We are, of course, ordering food. There's 2 different menus that you can order from. One is a little bit fancier than the other, so we've been just ordering the basic stuff that we typically get when we're out and about on the ship. It does take a little bit to get to us. By the time you order, it's about a 30-minute process for them to take the order and then actually bring the food, but it hasn't been bad whatsoever. The food has still been pretty good. Obviously we don't have any like housekeeping or anything like that, although the housekeeping supervisor did just call me to make sure that we didn't need anything like extra towels and linens or anything like that. But of course they're not going to physically come into the room to clean it. The room itself is fine. Obviously we were in an aft balcony, which we really enjoyed. Now we're in an ocean view, but at least there's a window, which is nice. At the moment though, it is I was looking forward to Victoria, but this is the view that we have, unfortunately. I guess they have either supplies or the gangway right outside, so the physical door of the ship is blocking our view at the moment, which is not the best, but we're only in Victoria for like 4 hours, so that'll eventually close and then we'll get to see a view again. I'm just surprised that we didn't both wake up when they opened that door this morning, because it's a heavy door. But so far so good. I'll probably do one other video on kind of the procedures and how we eventually got out of the room, off the ship, and what that was like. But if you guys have any questions, I'm sure I missed a whole bunch of information and processes, but let me know in the comment section below. It would actually entertain me for the day on responding to comments, because that's really all I could do. The other thing I wanted to mention was they do provide internet for anybody that's staying in isolation and quarantine. I already had it, of course, but they refunded my package, which was really nice. So that way, I can chat, and now Michelle has it for free as well. They also give you these awesome, really cool, vibrant looking bags. These are the biohazard bags that we have to put all of our trash in and everything. So but we are good. It's only a couple more days and then we'll be back in San Francisco and we'll get back home eventually. But thank you so much for watching. Please say something in the comment section so I can respond, or at least read something, because it's going to be a boring couple of days. But I appreciate all of you, your support yesterday with the other video. Really hit our heart, because when you put something that is emotional out there for everyone to see, it's hard for us to even watch it, but that was how we were feeling at the moment. So no regrets there, but I just appreciate everybody that responded so positively to it. So anyway, like and subscribe if this is the first time you are finding the channel out. And we typically will do cruise news or updates videos pretty much every single day, and we have a ton of content coming from our past 16 days on the Carnival Miracle. So anyway, see you guys later. Thanks so much.